evening, welcome to this edition of SportsView on nearmedia.tv. Good evening, Darwin, welcome.
Hey Pat, how are you?
And as we're live on air tonight, we're streaming live on our YouTube channel and on Facebook. And the information is at the bottom of the stream. You can email us or text us, or you can shout at us. We don't mind. We welcome anything you like. And and if you're loud enough, we'll probably hear you. But tonight, as we're on here, the last Premiership match of the weekend is on tonight. It's on Old Trafford. Man United are playing Brentford, and it's 5 minutes old, and it's 0-0. Now there you go. We'll keep you updated as we go along. The soccer season is coming to an end, and over the weekend in the Premiership in Britain, we had Nottingham Forest 5-0 win over Southampton. Fulham beat Villa 1-0, which is a bad result for Villa with their European aspirations. Liverpool beat Palace 3-1. West Ham beat Everton 2-1. Spurs beat Wolves 1-0. Arsenal beat Newcastle 1-0. And in the FA Cup, Chelsea qualified for the final to meet Man City. So there you go. And also, during the week, tomorrow night, we have PSG versus Bayern Munich in the European Cup semi-final. And Wednesday night, we have Atletico Madrid playing Arsenal in the other semi-final. So just down to the last four. Now, in the championship over the weekend, Coventry and Ipswich are coming up, and possibly Southampton, in my opinion. There's four in the playoff, but I think Southampton are a strong team, you know. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, they've played well all year, really, haven't they? Southampton.
Yeah.
And they were a little bit...
Joe?
Gentlemen, how are we?
We're very well. We're very well.
Good.
Getting lonely then.
I know. I don't know what's going on over here. Like I felt like the prodigal son out here all on my own.
I thought, oh, he's making a big entrance, and he said, da da da.
Yeah, right.
We just went through the results, Joe, but and we were speculating that Coventry and Ipswich will come up from the championship, and possibly Southampton out of the other four, possibly.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. That's really going to be interesting.
There'll be
Coventry last week, and to be honest, I wasn't that impressed with them.
Will they struggle? Will they struggle? Don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, you never know what's going to happen. You know, I mean, what kind of money they're going to spend or what have you.
Or is Frank going to Chelsea?
What's that?
Or is Frank going to Chelsea?
Oh, yeah, I don't think so. He tried that one once before.
I doubt it. I doubt that.
I'll tell you, that whole Liam Rossini thing, that was a cluster going to happen right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you remember, when he was at Hull, they sacked him at Hull. When Hull were practically in the promotion positions, because his style of play was so slow and so methodical that it was just boring. It's like watching paint dry, you know. Yeah. And that's exactly what he brought to Chelsea as well, you know. So I was just trying to remember, was the guy McFarlane, who's back in charge now of Chelsea till the end of the season?
Yeah, Liam McFarlane, isn't it?
Yeah. So was he in charge of the League Cup final?
Yeah, he was in for him then.
Yeah. That's interesting, isn't it? The same guy is in 2 cup finals as
I'm surprised he hasn't had a bit of a claim.
Yeah. There you go. And as I say, in the championship, it's not cut and dry because Millwall, Middlesbrough and Southampton are on 80, 79 and 76 points. Then there's 3 teams locked together to get the last spot coming into the very final game of the championship. That's Wrexham on 70, Hull on 70 and Derby County on 69. So you can see that any one of those 3 could get into the final playoff spot in the championship.
Yeah, Hull missed their chance on, what was it, Tuesday night when they played Leicester?
Yeah, and the former Irish Republican defender John Egan got their goal, and they went ahead, but they couldn't stay ahead, as an answer. But they're
Yeah.
done. Now, Joe, your team seems to be flying at the end of the season.
Yeah, they are. They've done really well.
They're scoring goals for fun, and in the race, MK Dons and Bromley are and Cambridge are promoted, and they will
No, are Cambridge up? Because if
well, they're a point ahead of Salford City.
when Cambridge lose, Salford go above Cambridge, don't they?
Yeah.
No, MK Dons have 85, Bromley have 84, Cambridge have 81, Salford have 80, Notts County 79, Grimsby 77, Chesterfield 76, and Swindon 75 with one game left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really ironic because Ian Holloway was the manager of Swindon at the weekend.
Yeah.
And Holloway was manager of Grimsby for a while.
Yeah.
A part owner. And he is detested up there in Grimsby. So they really enjoyed sticking it to him at the weekend.
Was that the same Ian Holloway that was in charge of Blackpool when they were in the Premiership?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's a character, all right. Yeah.
Oh, he's a character, that's for sure.
Yeah. But that's the... And in the Premiership, Arsenal on 73, Man City on 70, Man United on 58. They're going ahead here, Man United. They're 1-0 up after 11 minutes. A header from... I can't see it. We'll tell you in a minute. And they're 1-0 up at the moment. So,
a header from Harry Maguire.
I want to know what position.
Casemiro
Again with a header. He's been coming up with some headers this year.
I'll tell you, a good fat bonus to leave. 58 Man United, 58 Liverpool, Villa on 58 as well. 3 teams on 58, and Brighton on 50 points. But Villa will be, but I still think they'll be strong enough to stay for the European spot.
Do you think this league title's over with?
It's going to be really interesting because by the time City play in the league again, Arsenal could be 6 points ahead of them.
There was something on the radio this morning on 5 Live that was really, when you sit there and you hear something and you think to yourself, wow, that'd be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So you imagine Chelsea winning the FA Cup and Arsenal not winning a thing this season.
Yeah.
How would that stack up? I mean, what's the odds on that if you'd got that a month ago?
Oh, it would be fairly big, but I mean, is it 20 years ago? Is it 20 years since Arsenal won the league? Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't it? Yeah.
See, that's a long time.
Well, it is a long time, and it's. I mean, remember the whole thing with Liverpool not winning the league for how many years?
Yeah.
And now United not winning the league for so many years. So it's really interesting to watch it.
When you look at the investment, when you look at the amount of money that Arsenal has spent in those last 20 years,
well, I mean, you'd have to think that there was a long while there where, and this is where when you're Arsenal, you got to be careful what you wish for and what you hope for, because Arsene Wenger got them through the moving of the stadium from Highbury to the Emirates, right? They had no money to spend, and he never once missed out on getting them into the Champions League.
Yeah, that was a good catch.
And the bat that they were hitting him with, well, he doesn't want to win the league. He just wants to qualify for the Champions League every year. But he was doing it on a shoestring of a budget.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, people forget that.
Yeah,
They do.
So and then in the finish, that when they they want him out because they're not winning it, and we all know. I mean, when it happened with United with Busby, right after that, and I'd like to talk about something like that on that afterwards. But it happened with United on Busby. It happened with Arsenal after Bertie Mee and Don Howe split. It happened to Liverpool. Then it happened to United again. And it's happened to Spurs. I mean,
Well,
Spurs haven't won it since they won the double
yeah, it
in
was.
'61.
Yes, Spurs won 1-0 against Wolves, which is 3 points. But I don't think, in my opinion, it's only my opinion. I don't think it'll be enough for them to stay up. I think they go down with Wolves and Burnley.
But I think that their biggest chance was that Nottingham Forest were having a struggle and that they were consumed with Europe just like Spurs were at this time last year. But now all of a sudden, Forest have hit a purple patch
Yeah.
5-0.
and they're flying. And West Ham,
And West
West
Ham
Ham are flying as well.
doing the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, true. I didn't look at the upcoming fixtures for the weekend. We might get them up before the program finishes. But during the week, now tomorrow night, Wednesday night, we have the European Cup. I still call it the European Cup. We have, to my mind, PSG and Bayern Munich, which is the real final of the European Cup, with all due respect to the other two teams. So you have PSG and Bayern Munich tomorrow night, and you have Atletico Madrid and Arsenal Wednesday night. Now, Darwin, I want you to call that one for me, PSG and Bayern Munich.
I'm going Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid.
Well, that is, I would, yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. You know what you talked about earlier about Arsenal, and those two games against Atletico Madrid are going to be very, very hard physical games for Arsenal, and they might not come out of it in the healthiest of ways.
And Madrid are good.
Oh, I mean, they're so hard to beat.
Yeah.
And Simeone is so good at shutting things down, and so and they've been scoring goals. I mean, uncharacteristically, they've been giving up some goals.
Didn't they beat Real Madrid this year too?
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
I mean, Atletico Madrid is overshadowed by Real Madrid, isn't it?
Well, and Barcelona.
Yeah.
But they beat Barcelona in both legs.
Did.
So you know when if you think if Atletico Madrid was in Malaga, for argument's sake,
Right.
they'd be one of the best teams in Europe, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
As in people would think of. But they're kind of overshadowed because they're in the same town as Real Madrid, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. They are a little bit. Yeah. I mean,
You're right, Joe. What you said there about Simeone, the manager, is an astute. He's a terrific manager. Terrific.
Oh, he is, and he's one of those guys. He's. I mean, you see him at the end of the match. Every match, he never shakes hands with the other coach.
No.
He runs down the tunnel. He doesn't believe in it. He said it's all false.
Yeah.
He takes off down the tunnel.
But
I didn't notice that.
I don't think Arsenal's got the firepower to get past Madrid.
I wouldn't disagree with you. I mean, let's be honest here. Arsenal played Bodo at home and got a 0-0 draw out of it. When they played Sporting got beat 3-0 at Bodo.
Yeah.
And came back to their own place and won 4-0.
I've got that. I don't know why. Just got that feeling that Arsenal aren't ready. I don't want to say good enough. Of course, they're good enough.
I'm not good enough.
No, I think they are good enough, but I don't think they're mentally good enough. If that makes sense.
But you look at the four teams on the left: PSG, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, and Arsenal. Would Arsenal beat any of those three teams on a normal day, head to head once?
I'm not saying that they wouldn't beat any of those three, but if you looked on paper now, you'd say Arsenal's probably the weakest one out of the four, wouldn't you?
You would?
You
You
might,
would?
yeah, you might do actually.
You,
You
you
know,
looked on form and looked on like
Yeah,
what you
but
said
I,
there
I,
about
I'll
how
have to stick.
form.
I'll have to stick with PSG from the start.
I
As
just
I,
I,
think Munich, Bayern Munich, I think could beat PSG because they could just not park the bus, but they could. That defensive Bayern Munich's good, and then you've got Harry Kane nicking a goal somewhere, haven't you?
yeah,
I, you know, I watched them in the two matches against Real Madrid, and Bayern's defense is very, very porous. And with the guys that PSG have got, I really, I think that they'll beat them, and they might beat them by a bigger margin than we think because their one-on-one guys are really blazing.
you're talking about that PSG could win that like 4-0.
They could. I mean, the argument and the thing that was said against them in the last leg, in the last one, who did it just beat in the um, was it Chelsea they beat in the quarterfinal? I'm trying to remember now who it was, but
I
the
have no
the,
notebook.
the comments that were made about them was that they took their foot off the gas when they were 2-0 up,
They did, yeah.
and they just played it kind of
Played it
not
out.
to,
Played it
you know
out, yeah.
not to give anything away and what have you. So they, they're their their midfield and forward players are really, really, in my opinion,
They're very sharp, very fast.
they're a different class to what everybody else has. I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's
the element of speed is not
PSG
there.
versus Atletico
Yeah.
Madrid for me. With
Yeah.
PSG retaining the trophy.
But I just got this feeling that Bayern Munich will just defend like there's no tomorrow. Because I nearly want to say they'll front up to them because of the speed factor.
Yeah, Bayern Munich though. They like to play high as well, and I think that would be playing into PSG's hands. You know, it's.
It's an
I mean,
intrigue.
to be honest, in the game against Real Madrid, uh, both teams could have uh, really Bayern and Real Madrid could have scored a bucket load of goals each. There was that many chances in both those games. So I mean, it was fantastic football to watch, and I read an article about it saying that the Bayern and the Real Madrid and the Atletico and or who did it? Barcelona were the two best games of football that people have seen, and that it leaves the Premier League in its dust with the quality of their top teams.
There's no doubt about it that a lot of the soccer in the Premiership is very, very mediocre. Very, very pedestrian, very mediocre.
But it's always been like that, though. I mean, even back in the old days in the old First Division, and it's always been, people just want to survive there. And what you get is you get three or four quality clubs from year to year, and then you get the other ones that are just trying to hang on, and they're making it as difficult as possible for anybody else to beat them. So that
So,
all the flair is taken out of the game.
so they're playing with fear.
Yeah, because the amount of money that they lose if they go down.
There is two divisions in the Premier League, isn't there?
Oh yeah, there might. You know what? There's an argument to be made that there might even be three. You
Yeah.
know, there's that top 4 or 5, and then there's that middle group, and then there's that group at the bottom of it. You
I
know
mean,
that.
if you look at Brentford, or you look at even like with Forest, for argument's sake, they're trying to stay in the top half of that division, aren't they?
Right.
Yeah.
If you like, they're in that middle third.
Yeah.
And then you've got the bottom third who are just, like you just said there, they're just trying to survive.
Yeah.
And then you've got the top third who are trying to win the league.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me that Brentford sit there realistically come August and sit in a room and go, come on, boys, we can win the league.
No.
They must know. Joe, you've been there. So you must sit there at some stage and go, look, we're never going to win the league, boys, but we've got to stay in the league.
Right. And we might grab a cup along the way if we get the right draw and we're high at the
because
right time.
for that middle third and that bottom third, the League Cup is their opportunity to win something.
It's a huge opportunity, yeah.
Because the big teams are going to put the reserves out, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because
if the reserves get to the final, then some of the big guns will come out and play.
Yeah.
And the priority for the top teams is European competition. That's where the money is.
Yeah.
And
Can you imagine the revenue stream if United get Europe?
Yeah.
Because that stadium will be full every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're talking
I mean,
about
that's the whole thing that has been wrong, is they haven't been in Europe, so they don't have that extra money that they relied on. You know, not that they would have spent it wisely anyway, because they don't seem to have done that.
They haven't got the intelligence to do that at the moment, or in the day.
SportsView is a program, and the information is on the screen. Thanks, lads, for tuning in. Appreciate it. And don't forget to make your comments. We don't mind what you say. You can be on our clothes, on our haircut, or what we're wearing. That's not. We don't really care, you know. But anyway, now we're going to go on to rugby union. The women's Six Nations is continuing apace, if one could say that. That's women copying men playing rugby. That's my opinion. That's all that is. England beat Wales 62-24. Italy beat Scotland 41-14. And Leblanc, France, beat Ireland 26-7. And I must say, I saw a bit of that match. Ireland did put up a good show, you know, to hold France out for that score 26-7.
Right, I'm going to be controversial now. Instead of Pat being it, it's my turn, Joe.
Yeah.
England and France need to have a handicap. They need to give those other 4 teams a head start. Because I've not watched one single game in that thing. Not because they're women or anything like that, but it's like a foregone. It's like why am I watching Wales get hammered? Why am I watching Ireland get hammered? Why am I watching Scotland and Italy get hammered? Because those 2 teams are the biggest pool of players you'll ever see France and England have got, and they're full-time professionals.
They are professional, and they have developed a women's professional league within the countries as well.
Yeah,
we now have some kind of a setup. I think UL Bows from Limerick won the women's league over the weekend. They won the final of the women's league.
But they can't sustain that kind of level of TV coverage, can they? Because I know ITV have got it, but you must be sitting there. The viewing figures must be going backwards for some of those games.
I would say an awful lot of people are not aware that the Women's Six Nations is on.
I'm not saying they can't play rugby or anything like that. The standard's fantastic. I'm not saying that, but I'm just looking at it in some ways a bit commercial and a bit of as a sports fan. If there's nothing on the TV, am I going to turn on watching Wales play Scotland or Wales play Ireland or Ireland play Scotland? Or because
Yeah,
I'm not really going to watch anything that's like wow factor, is it?
yeah,
Well, I think though, I mean, there it's like comparing chalk and cheese, and this is the problem that we get into all the time. Instead of looking at the the sport itself on its merit of what's being played in front of you, we compare it to other things, and we put blinders on and just go, well, I'm never going to look at that ever again,
yeah,
because it's not. I mean, it's obvious. It's painfully obvious that the French and the English are way ahead. But I
but
mean, let's not be forgetting here that Wales have had their asses handed to them for the past couple of years, in a big way in the men's side of it, and Italy for a long time have had the same thing happening to them, and now
yeah,
they're making a go of it. But that, and Pat, you're absolutely right. You know, the advantage that, and it's not a problem for the other countries because they just don't have the the structure to be able to go professional and have a full-time professional league.
yeah.
We're a ways away from that. Yeah. And I mean, it's like our football, right? You look at the Irish football team, right? And you compare it to Jack's era, you compare it to
But
um,
yeah,
Giles' era or
you
Trapattoni's
know,
era, when
I
you had
think
Premiership
I think
players playing all
there's
over
a
the place.
there's a wider issue in women's sport that's not being discussed, in my opinion. In women's rugby, women inherently are not aggressive beings, and you know what I mean by that. Whereas we go out and play rugby, and we have no problem bashing each other in a positive way, bashing. We're used to that physicality. Women are not. You don't see women playing rugby out in the playgrounds and thing, are bashing each other. And they're not, and the same in women's boxing. They're not instinctively wired like that to box the head off each other. You don't see it at all.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, Pat, but there's a few of those lady boxers and a few of those lady rugby players I do not want to run into.
That's it. I was just going to say the same thing.
I
And
don't fancy
yeah,
that
I,
Kate Taylor.
I won't say I'm
wouldn't
thinking
I wouldn't have wanted to get into the ring with Ronda Rousey when she was
Yeah,
coming. And you watch some of those girls fighting in
yeah.
that cage, and
yeah,
my Jesus, I'm telling you, I'd
you
be
want to,
staying a
you
long
want
way away from it and
you
keeping my
want to be
mouth shut.
you want to be down in the nightclubs after time. Those are
Yeah,
fun.
Like I
Yeah,
just said, I do not want to get in that ring with Kate
no,
Taylor, and I
I
do
wouldn't want to
not want
get
to
caught
run
down in the
into some
dark
of those
alley with
French
one of them.
forwards.
I can tell you
yeah,
that. And I looked at some of those rugby players as well, and some of our Irish girls, they hit you, they're going to leave a mark on you. You
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
know, so,
without a shadow of a doubt, And in the
Well,
United Rugby Championship,
the only reason I brought it up was the sheer fact that it there are two teams there that are just leagues ahead.
yeah,
ah,
but the problem that you have there though is that who are those two teams going to play against if they don't have an international championship in local that they're able to play in? I mean, they can't play each other. They can't play each other every week, and
That's
the
why.
novelty then goes away with the
That's
whole
why
thing.
I think they should have a head start. The other team.
That's an interesting one. I
that's
mean, we used
interesting
to do
point.
that when we were kids, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, if you
When
go,
when the fella that owned the ball picked the team, well, you
yeah,
got to give us a 4 goal start because
yeah,
you got all
exactly.
the
I
players.
mean, if you were looking at say England playing Wales, you'd have to stand there and say, well, England could probably give Wales 2 tries and 2 conversions head start,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't
Well,
be it wouldn't be a push.
but just think about it. We were talking about something similar with men's rugby, with France getting the bonus points,
Yeah,
yes,
right? So, I mean, that in itself was that was a mockery, really, that they would get bonus points from whatever it was for, and they Ireland hadn't lost the match, or whoever it was hadn't lost the game, and could have lost the Six Nations the, because of that. because
It
of
was,
them getting a
it was
bonus
Ireland,
point.
remember?
Yeah, yeah.
It was Ireland.
So
They hadn't scored
it's
enough tries.
so it just you know. I mean, I understand what you're saying and what have you, and it certainly would make it interesting. That's for sure. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean, like you just said, if it's no different to me and you having a game of golf, is it, Joe?
no,
Yeah, I might say to you, "Oh, look,
And
I'll give you a 6 head start, whatever."
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going to give you extra shots on the long holes, or whatever. I
in
mean,
the United Rugby Championship, which is coming to the business end, the Lions South Africa they beat Connacht 33-21. Munster beat Ulster 41-14. Benetton, who were the drinking boys a couple of years ago, Benetton from Italy, beat Leinster 29-20 in the URC. And what that means is, did I write it down? I did. The Stormers are top at 56 points, Glasgow 55, Lions 53, Leinster 53, Munster 51, Cardiff 50. That's after 16 games in the
didn't
URC.
didn't Munster beat Benetton?
2 weeks ago, yeah, I did.
Yeah,
And Benetton beat Leinster.
yeah.
Riddle me that, yeah.
Huh.
As the man said, it's all on the day. In the top 14, La Rochelle beat Perpignan 31-29. So Toulouse are heading the top 14, Pau and Montpellier top 3. So La Rochelle is on 54 points in 7th place. So anyway, there you go. In golf over the weekend, the first ladies, what do I call it? Grand
major,
Slam.
major.
Major, sorry, thank you, Dermot. Well, the Chevron was played. Nelly Carter, top of the board, top of the league. Nelly Carter won that minus 18. 65, two 65s and two 70s she shot. I saw some of that and said she's very good. Minus 18. And she won $1.35 million for her weekend, which is very good. And I like watching women's golf, not for what people might be thinking now when I said that. I like watching because there doesn't seem there doesn't seem to be the same drama as you get with the men. They line up, they take their shot, and I think their attitude. That's what I'm trying to get to. Their attitude is far better than the men's golf, in my opinion. And in the Zurich Classic, the Fitzpatrick brothers won that at minus 31 to the players competition. So they won minus 31, 64, 65, 57, and 71. So they won it by a stroke, and they won $1.37 million divided between the two.
Did
So
what's his name? Playing that Shane Lowry.
he did, yeah. They missed the cut.
Was it him and Kupka played together, or was it him?
Brooks Koepka, yeah.
And they missed the cut.
Yeah.
Kepka was terrible. And oh yeah, Seamus Power from Waterford finished at minus 26. He was playing with Schmidt from America. He had a very good tournament, 63, 68, 64, and 67. And of course, the Ryder Cup tickets went on sale here last Friday for people who might have missed that now. I missed
There's a bargain.
the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, you see that?
I was trying to buy 4, but they wouldn't allow me buy 4. So I didn't bother buying any. They were €500 for a ticket.
And how much was that increased from when
Double.
it was?
To double the price that they charge in Italy. It's
Yeah.
€250 in Italy. 500 for a dear manor. And
Do you see how much it is for the practice days?
€89 for to go in to see them practicing.
And that Wednesday, the practice day, it's Thursday, isn't it? What a waste of time going to see that, because you've got the opening ceremony, you've got everything like that.
Yeah.
Why would you go to you won't see any of them. They might hit some balls in the morning. They might play 9 holes.
Yeah.
You're not going to watch them play golf. You're going to watch them stand there in their suits, holding their arms up, being introduced.
So speaking of that, right, the cost of that, did you see the one where tickets for the World Cup final
Yeah.
are on sale for 2.4 million? Can you believe that?
I'll tell you about the while for a
I
ticket.
tell you, it's like 2.4 million. Are you serious?
It's
Yeah.
yeah. So with all the money, yeah, it's. I mean, the Ryder Cup is only out the road, as you know, from where I
Right.
am. I mean, to pay €90 to go in to see them hitting practice balls is still shocking, in my opinion. But €500 is shocking. All the
I
tickets
cannot.
are sold out.
But
Yeah, but that's not real. That's a lot of that is corporate.
Yeah, as Roy Keane said, the prawn
Prawn
sandwich.
Sandwich Brigade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good old Roy. Yeah. Now, in other news, in the China Open in the European DP Tour, Brandt Wiesberger from Austria won his first tournament in 5 years at minus 19. He won 400,000 euros. Now, we have a very special relationship with Austria. Our producer of this program, who decides what goes on in Ireland, she is a personal friend of the Austrian ambassador in Ireland. She won't mind me saying that. So much so that she
Well,
was
we've all seen it. She's posted the photographs on Facebook all the time.
says
Yeah,
the photograph of our producer with the Austrian ambassador at a
yeah.
dinner there last week.
Why
So
is
she was,
why is the ambassador standing on a box?
the ambassador is a big woman. You know, she's a tall woman.
He's
And yet,
standing on a box, or is it Mary in a hole?
It's
she
like
was not
Alan Ladd in the movies.
there. There was a floor. The floor was sloped.
Mary, get out of the hole.
Hey, be very careful. She's our boss.
The black out. The black out.
No, she's a cousin.
Now, in the snooker, the world championships on the moment, Ronnie O'Sullivan was beaten today by John Higgins 13-12 in a cracking match. But very.
I reckon that's the last time we'll see Ronnie O'Sullivan.
You won't see him in the world championship anymore, you know. I don't think you will, you know. And my less favourite player won it. Enough said about him, the better. But I think that Joe Trump now or the Guidon might retain his title. I don't know, you know. But anyway, my interest is gone now. I must say, in Super. So Ronnie O'Sullivan was lost.
Ronnie O'Sullivan was so good in that first session, wasn't he? I mean, he was brilliant. And then
He did, but he. I don't know what it is. I suppose I don't know what to say. Maybe it's like all sports. There's a game of soccer you play, and you know in your heart and soul when you're taking off your boots after it, I can't do this anymore, Joe. What do you think? Is it something like
Yeah.
that? You know, you have the interest and you have the enthusiasm, but on the field of play, you know, what am I doing here? You know, what am I doing?
what do you boys, not changing the subject, but changing the subject, what do you boys think about Tyson Fury and Joshua having a fight?
It's only for money. It's only for money. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
it's, to be honest, I have no interest in that anymore.
Well, I think Tyson Fury's kind of past his best, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
He'll still be too good for Joshua.
Well, it'd just be interesting to see if he lands a few punches, wouldn't it?
Have they fought before? Have they
No.
fought before?
No.
They've never fought. Oh,
Never had a fight.
So who was dodging who then?
Well,
Joshua is dodging him.
Yeah,
Joshua
that's what I thought.
That's the general consensus that Joshua was dodging him all the time.
Yeah,
Joe, do you know, Joe, who this is?
Charlie Hurley, the great Charlie Hurley.
You know, we were talking about the best players in the world last week,
Yeah.
right? I've been dying to say this next comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
In all that time when we were talking about players and throwing all the names up, we didn't throw Beckenbauer out.
You know, I thought about that afterwards.
Yeah, we didn't.
I was thinking about, and you know who we didn't? Did we throw out?
You started it,
Nations.
Darwin. You
Yeah,
started it.
it's
You started it, Darwin. Franz Beckenbauer, you started it.
Right.
no, it's true. We didn't say Beckenbauer. How could we not say Beckenbauer?
Did we
Right.
say? Did we
And
say?
then,
Muller?
you know, another one, Gunther Netzer, that was there at the time.
Gerd
Who
Muller.
else did he have? Uwe Sailor.
Yeah,
Didn't Sailor play in the League of Ireland down in Cork
He did. He did.
back in the day?
He
Yeah.
did.
Same as Bobby played down in Waterford.
Yeah.
George played did George play in Sligo or Galway?
George Best played Cork Celtic for a bit.
Cork Celtic, okay.
And Rodney Marsh with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how did we not get Beckenbauer out last week?
I know. I thought about that afterwards and I'm
I
going,
nearly texted everybody.
really? And I mean, Gerd Muller, one of the greatest goal scorers of all time.
2-0 to Man United now. Go on.
Come
There
on.
we go.
Yeah.
So yeah. So and who else? I mean, who are the other ones when you think about players around the world?
When we started talking about goalkeepers and we said like Dino Zoff and Step Meyer, we didn't say Shilton.
Did we not talk about Shilton?
I don't think we did, and I don't think we said.
Well,
Gordon
Banksy.
Yeah.
Did we talk about Banksy?
We have a thanks, Dave, for your comment. I don't think you was listening to when we were saying, what do you lads think about the Ryder Cup prices? Well, I can't say it in public because we'd be put off the air.
I think my personal thought is it's just outrageous.
Well, tell him compared to the World Cup final tickets, 2.3 million. It's a bargain.
Hang on a minute, you get that Ryder Cup ticket gets you about 5 minutes of the World Cup final, doesn't it?
Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, if you're lucky. Yeah, if you're lucky with it.
There you go. Get out now. Out. You've done your bit.
Oh,
now, lads, probably, but we're in the middle of the GAA season here in Ireland, the Gaelic Athletic Association season, hurling and football. In the hurling over the weekend.
Don't be talking about stuff like that now. It's very early for you to be gloating now.
Cork beat Limerick by down in Cork, and Waterford and Tipperary, who are the holders of the Ireland, drew their match in Waterford. So at the moment, that was Limerick's first game in the championship, so they lost it. They'll be going to Ennis up to Cusack Park next Saturday to play Clare, and that will tell us how well Limerick are doing. You know, they had their captain sent off, deservedly so.
Is he? How many games is he going to miss?
Well, he could miss any number now because there's a straight red card he got. If you got 2 yellows and to be a red, you have an automatic 1 game suspension.
Gotcha.
In
straight red,
it could be 4. It could be 4 or 6. Or if you appeal it might be 2. I don't know. But he's definitely out for next Saturday. And Galan is injured for the match.
I saw that as well.
He's out.
Well, I've got a suggestion here. Pat's got his Bonnie Rig Rovers. I think it's about time I adopted a hurling team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next week, I'm going to announce who I'm supporting. I'm going to do
some
research this week. And I'm going to find out their best player. And I'm going to announce it next week.
Excellent. Bonnie Rig Rose, of course, finished third in the see.
Did I have to say it? I brought it up, didn't I?
Yeah. So you're gonna have to do your research, mate.
No, I'm gonna start the program next week with hurling and who I'm supporting.
Okay.
Yeah. The men's marathon, the London Marathon, Darwin, did you see that over the weekend?
I did.
Oh God, the first man to run a marathon under 2 hours.
I feel sorry for the guy who came second.
He was under 2 hours as well.
Under 2 hours as well.
An Irishman finished 10th in that marathon, so he was part of some glory. But
you've got to admit, under 2 hours to run 26 odd miles is going some, isn't it?
Yeah.
Steve Cram was doing the commentary on it on the radio. Steve Cram was there. He
Yeah.
said, and another athlete I know was said that it was equivalent to him running every 100 meters in 12 or 14 seconds or something like that. 17 seconds.
And
But they were talking about the shoes that he was wearing. The technology that's gone into the shoes. It, when they came out first, it took 2 to 3 minutes off your time. Obviously, you have to run as well, you know.
Right,
You
right.
have to run. But the progress they made wearing the shoes. I suppose it's like technology in any sport, like golf. So they're
Yeah,
driving 300 or 400 yards now.
they've got carbon footbeds in those running shoes, and then they've got another layer of some special like space soaked foam, and apparently it does give a bit of a spring to it.
Yeah,
Here's an interesting thing for you. Every one of those elite runners, and I think there's about 15 of them that start at the front of the London Marathon. All the trainers, so New Balance, Reebok, Puma, Adidas, they
Nike.
have, Nike, they have to offer those shoes to any one of those 15 players. Run them. So that it's not
Interesting.
like they're contracted to Adidas and they get the Adidas ones.
yeah. The same thing happened
They,
to Nike
they
when Nike started off. They brought along Prefontaine, the runner who got killed in the car crash. He was the
Right.
first wearer of the Nike shoes. Remember?
But as the runners, you can choose which brand you want to use for each race. Because
Oh, so you don't even have to stick with your own one?
no, you could literally. Steve Cram was saying about it on the BBC yesterday when he was commentating.
Yeah,
Adidas need to have a big pat on the back for what they've done with that running shoe. He said, but if there was the Boston Marathon next week, they'll all be wearing Adidas next week.
Interesting.
and the one thing I was reading on the BBC website about the man that won it, Sebastian something. Was he from Kenya?
Sawari or something like that.
Kenya.
Yeah.
He's been drug tested 27 times.
He keeps asking to be drug tested, and so does the guy who came second.
Yeah.
They're actually requesting drug tests because they want to prove they're running clean.
And
That's an interesting. Send that one over to Eastern Europe and see what they have to say about that over there.
send it over to the tennis authorities.
Yeah.
You might bet.
But you know, at some point, that's got to once this group has done that, which is amazing that they are doing it. Now everybody else is going to have to prove themselves that they're clean.
Steve Cram was saying yesterday about the Kenyan that they go to altitude training, and the guy who won it sees his wife one night a month, and they're constantly in the Kenyan marathon running, long distance running camp, and everything is just so simple. Their breakfast is some bread and some tea, and then they don't move from it. And they go to this camp, like they were saying, he'll fly back to Kenya today or last night,
Yeah.
and he'll go straight back into camp. And all the Kenyan long distance runners are all in that camp, and that they go around the villages, and they'll find the little 14-year-old who's really good, and they bring him into the camp. So by the time he's 18, he's had 4 years around all these best ones,
Right.
and they've all picked up all the habits, all the good habits, and all the dedication and everything else from the one. And it's just another tier and another tier and another tier.
That's amazing.
Dedication, I'd say.
So they train.
It is.
Attitude.
But you know, you were talking about that. Do you remember when Rio Ferdinand missed a drug test
Yeah,
and he got banned for a year?
he did.
So if football has standards like that, why are the other sports not following suit? And why are people able to bring the
Sure.
was it the world dope it whatever it is?
Yeah, I don't want to be pedantic, but the whole thing comes down to money and influence. You see the debacle that's in British soccer, English soccer today. It's a scandalous situation. When you have a club like Man City, a very, very
Oh
rich,
yeah,
and they're flaunting the rules left, right, and centre, and there's nothing being done about it. It's a scandal.
it
It's
is
a,
a scandal. Leicester City and Sheffield Wednesday have both been relegated
yeah,
because they lost points
yeah,
for financial West Brom got docked 2 points.
yeah.
So why would they get docked 2 points and Leicester get docked six or Sheffield Wednesday? Is it? I don't care how much money you've spent or what way you've done with it. Shouldn't they all be the same?
Didn't
I
Everton
thought,
lose? Didn't Everton lose 10 points?
Yeah, they did. Everton lost points,
what did they?
and they nearly got relegated. And I
Yeah.
think didn't Daesh come in and take over and
He did. And
they
saved.
got the results and saved themselves from it.
You
So,
know, yeah.
but Chelsea and Man City can
Yeah.
walk around this. Now, I don't know what about the other ones. I don't know about them. But to me, any of them that break the rules, it's
But isn't Man City got something like 300 odd different um where they not broken where they've broken the rules as such, but there's a word for it, isn't it? Where they've done something dodgy.
yeah,
It's something like 300 odd cases of
or
where
incidents.
incidents where they basically flaunted the rule book.
But the scandal on the scandal is the authorities have a list of the list of wrongdoings that they're accused of. They have a whole list of them, and they've done nothing about it. That's nothing.
Yeah,
But
they've been
you have to
breaching
wonder.
rules, haven't they, so many times. And all they do is they keep pushing the can further down the road.
Well, and that's the thing. But is this? And fair question here. Is this because that the Premier League are afraid of a lawsuit? Because you know what's going to happen here. The
Yeah.
minute that they pass judgment on City are going to get that room full of attorneys,
Yeah,
and they are going to sue the Premier League.
yeah,
Yeah, ignore it. Put it in the
And
bin.
that's going to go on for years and years and years.
yeah.
And it's just that whatever happened to the group being in charge having the final say.
Only for the
Like we're saying, that's money talking, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah, it's for the little guy. Sebastian Sarwe is his name. 159.30. And in the ladies, there's a Tixet Asika from Ethiopia. 2 hours, 15 minutes, 41 seconds. She won the ladies racing.
Do you know, I reckon you on a normal day in London, if you started at Blackheath and tried to get down the Mall, I don't think you'd make it in 2 hours. Right. How bad's that? He'd beat you.
Yeah, right.
Follow him there.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
got beat
have you
by
seen
a
that
runner.
one? Just go back to that other thing again. Have you seen that Abramovich is suing Jersey, is it,
Yeah.
for releasing his
Funds.
his
His
information
Yeah.
or what have you?
Yeah,
See, I mean,
GDPR.
if you have the money, you can do what you want. It talks.
Can you imagine the loopholes that KPMG and Goldman Sachs must know about?
Oh yeah.
I mean, the loopholes for those top lawyer companies must be Deloitte and all the rest of them. They must have teams of people who just sit there every day.
Oh yeah.
Find the loophole.
I saw, did I say correctly the other day where what's his name? Tesla, Musk is worth 300 billion, right? Net worth of 300 billion. And he pays less tax than a man that earns something like 250,000 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have the same everywhere.
Yeah.
In this country, even though the politician will tell you we have a very progressive tax system, that means SH1T. Because when you reach, yeah, so when you reach 48,000 euro in Ireland, 48,000 euro, you're not, this is average wage, just above it. You're on 53% income tax. Just think of that for a minute. 48,000 euro, you're on 53%. That's not counting all the other deductions of your pay as well. Just income tax alone, 53%.
It's not just that, though, is it, Pat? You think about all the stealth taxes that we all pay.
Oh, sure, jeez. That's, I
I mean,
mean,
this fuel crisis that's happening, that's going on over here,
it's gouging the people.
they, I think it was the Laura Koonsberg show on BBC. She showed a pie chart of the breakdown of the cost of £2 worth of litre, £2 a litre of petrol. And the government are taking something like 38% in tax, and they're taking 20% in VAT.
Yeah,
And then when you sit there and go, actually, what the man in the garage is taking about 2p out of that.
there, there's carbon tax as well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
which is this
you know,
green
there was a
shine.
thing on the radio the other day when I was driving. And
You don't hear much now. I know we're not talking about sport as we're going. You don't hear much about the ice caps melting now, do you?
No.
Do you remember
Yeah.
Do you remember Al Gore? Do you remember Al Gore?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They're going to melt in 2022 or something. My God, the fear of God was in everybody, you know. But I don't know.
So, homework for you two lads, and both of you would be maybe interested. Have you ever seen the documentary about Frank O'Farrell
No,
in Busby's Shadow? I
no,
watched it again last night.
is that the name of it?
I think it's on YouTube, and it's called In Busby's Shadow.
He's from Cork, wasn't
And Frank O'Farrell was from Cork, and he'd not, since he got sacked by Manchester United, he had never been back to Old Trafford until he went back to do this interview.
he? Yeah,
And it is amazing. And I was thinking about it as I'm watching it, and Tommy Docherty
yeah,
and Frank O'Farrell were great pals at
yeah.
Preston. They
Oh,
both played for
yes.
Preston with Tom Finney, right? And they were great pals. In fact, Tommy Docherty is a godfather to one of Frank's children.
wow.
And so, anyway, so Tommy Docherty is on there, and he's talking about Ted McDougall and Wyn Davis, two players that Frank signed for United. And he's going, not Manchester United players, not Manchester United players. I would like to look. Frank O'Farrell never got Manchester United relegated, right? He had them
Yeah.
top of the league with a terrible team that he managed to get there. Tommy Docherty never got Manchester United to the top of the league ever, that I can remember.
Yeah.
And he got them relegated to the second division. And he was fired.
That was just. And Frank
And
O'Farrell,
I'd like to see, and I'm going to research it, to see how many players Tommy Docherty signed. Because I remember all the guys. George Graham, he signed and made George Graham captain of Manchester United. I wouldn't have called George Graham a Manchester United player, right? But he has a go at Frank, who he signed. I'd like to see all the Muppets that Tommy Docherty signed to get United relegated.
yeah,
That's
Joe,
right.
one of the lads just texted in here. He said, you're right. Frank O'Farrell, The Shadow of Busby, is on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave, for that. Thank you.
Guess what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do?
So it's a really interesting article. The guys that came out, from my opinion, Frank O'Farrell signed Ian Storymore from Nottingham Forest. I don't know if you remember him, but he was kind of a left winger forward, absolutely tremendous player, scored goals for Forest. Clough was parading him at half time at the baseball ground. Frank O'Farrell went down, picked up Ian Storymore, brought him up to United, and wiped Clough's nose and got him to sign for United
Wow.
instead, right? And Storymore and Sammy McElroy was there talking about the difficulty that Frank had with Busby interfering on things, and with Bobby Charlton and all those guys, Paddy Crane. The reason that Busby gave it up was he knew those guys, he was going to have to get rid of them, and he
Yeah.
didn't want to do the job.
No, because he was so long with them.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, he interfered when he brought in Wilf McGuinness. Then he interfered when he brought
I
in,
remember with McGuinness, yeah.
yeah, and then he interfered when he brought in Frank. And the only one he didn't interfere with was Doherty, a fellow Scot.
The Scotchman, yeah.
Because Doherty stood up to him.
Yeah, probably did. Yeah, told him that he wouldn't come unless, because Busby was the power at United.
And
Louis Edwards listened to him religiously. What he said went. So he offered Tommy Doherty the job at Manchester United at a game at Crystal Palace, where Frank O'Farrell gave Tommy Doherty 2 tickets because Bert Head, who was the manager there at the time, forgot to leave the tickets for Doherty. Doherty was there scouting for Scotland. He was a Scotland manager.
Yeah.
And Busby said to him, he said, how would you feel about managing Manchester United? And Doherty said to him, well, you've got a manager. And he said, we won't have by next Wednesday or next weekend or what have you.
Wow.
And then, yeah. So, but you read it or watch it and then listen to what Bobby
And
Charlton said.
how is Frank O'Farrell viewed by Man United as in the general kind of things?
I think that they blamed him for a lot because, let's be honest, Busby, after the European Cup, I mean, he couldn't do anything wrong. You know, Busby was God there, and Frank O'Farrell just took, you know, they tried to. It's a really interesting one, anyway.
Yeah.
So
Well,
just if you get a chance, watch it. It's about an hour long,
Yeah.
and it's really interesting. But I'd be interested to hear the points that you guys pick up from it, because I and of course I have a dog in the fight because I knew Frank O'Farrell. He
Yeah.
signed me at Leicester, and
Yeah.
last
What-
time I saw him was
What did you make of him?
I loved him. I thought he was a great man.
All Cockmen are very good. Nice people.
Yeah. But you know, the best thing to come out of Cork is the road to Limerick.
No.
Just to let you know.
We're looking forward to the bypass so we can go see. And
I wasn't expecting that at all.
on that positive note, and thanks to all the people who made comment and tune in. We appreciate it very much. And we'll be back here again next Monday night, and we'll continue the Frank O'Farrell stories. And,
Okay.
I'll certainly have it watched by then. It'll be next month before we're back because we're in May. Next Monday is a bank holiday, but we'll be on air.
Star Wars Day next Monday.
Are we going to be here next Monday?
Oh, we are.
Oh, we are. Okay. Cool.
Are you aware?
I know you like to have your bank holidays off, you know.
No, by the time that comes on the Monday night, I'm bored to death.
Hey, do we get double time for working on a bank holiday?
We have to have a word with our producer over that. I'll send her an email tonight.
Joe, it's Star Wars Day on Monday.
Star Wars.
Yeah, May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
Of course, you, Richard. Okay.
May the 4th.
From Joe and myself, till we see you again next Sunday night, lads. Have a
Good
good
night,
week.
lads. Take
We
care.
look forward to PSG and Bayern Munich tomorrow night. Take care.
See you guys.
Good
Bye.
luck, lads.